Hey, stargazers. Can you believe this? A huge cosmic event is about to happen, a star so bright that it could throw shadows on Earth during the day. That's what we might see with the star Betelgeuse, in the Orion constellation, which is acting pretty mysteriously right now. Scientists think it might be gearing up for a supernova explosion, and it could illuminate the sky like never before. So when will this happen, and what will it look like? Betelgeuse is about 650 light-years away from us and isn't your average star. It's a red supergiant and one of the brightest stars out there, shining over 100,000 times brighter than our Sun. This star is well known to many ancient civilizations and has guided travelers for ages. Its reddish color makes it stand out in the night sky. If you think about it, if Betelgeuse replaced our Sun, it would cover the entire way out to Jupiter. Even though it's much younger than the Sun, at only 10 million years old, it's huge and has burned through its fuel quickly, which means it doesn't have long left before it goes supernova. When larger stars reach the end, they don't just vanish, they explode in an event that is extremely difficult to comprehend. It could be so bright that it outshines entire galaxies. The last time Earth saw a supernova from this close-up was in 1604, before modern telescopes. That explosion was known as the Kepler supernova, and it was so bright that you could see it during the daytime for weeks. Ancient records from that time remind us how significant these occasions are. Recently, Betelgeuse has been acting strange. At the end of 2019 and the beginning of 2020, its brightness significantly decreased, a phenomenon called the Great Dimming. It got noticeable enough that even casual stargazers could detect it, which led many to think we might be decades away from observing its explosion. In April 2023, it suddenly returned to its usual brightness, and then lost its brightness again, by up to 50%. Stars like Betelgeuse usually have predictable brightness cycles, so scientists were surprised by this alteration. Some think maybe it's blowing off some gas, similar to a volcano, affecting how we see it. No one knows exactly what will occur next. According to some researchers, it could be about to exhaust all of its carbon-burning phase, while others think it's still in the helium-burning stage. The truth is, scientists agree that Betelgeuse will likely become the next supernova in the Milky Way. But figuring out when exactly it might be, decades or up to 100,000 years, is anyone's guess. Looking at Betelgeuse, we're really seeing light that left 650 years ago. So while we're speculating about the star's future, its fate might have already happened. When it finally goes, we'll have a front-row seat to a cosmic display. Recent events with Betelgeuse have sparked a lot of discussions. This summer, another supernova in a nearby galaxy caught everyone's attention. It looked a lot like what many predict for Betelgeuse. It reminds us how everything in the universe is connected. The explosion will impact more than just stars. It could affect culture, art, literature, even how people view the universe. Plus, it may impact Earth's technology, especially with satellites being more sensitive to radiation. In the end, Betelgeuse serves as an example of how everything in the universe is always changing. While stars die, new ones are born, ensuring the circle of life persists in space and time. After it goes, it's sure to capture the attention of everyone, a reminder of our place in this ever-evolving universe. Okay, stargazers, comprehend this. Can you imagine an exploding star that creates shadows on Earth even during the day? Well, that might happen soon with Betelgeuse in the Orion constellation. This star is acting weird, like it's about to explode in a supernova that could light up our sky like crazy. But when will it happen, and what will it look like? Scientists think this explosion could show us some amazing things. Let's check out what's up with Betelgeuse and what it might do to Earth and the solar system. Betelgeuse is about 650 light-years away in Orion. It's a superstar, not just any star, a bright red giant that shines way more brightly than our Sun. But why do we care? It's not just beautiful, it has a long history. People have watched it for centuries, even giving it its name, which comes from an Arabic phrase about Orion's hand. Travelers used it to guide them and dreamers wondered about it when they looked up. Its red color makes it stand out in Orion. Imagine a star so big that it makes our whole solar system look small. If Betelgeuse were where our Sun is, it would reach all the way to Jupiter. How does a star get so big? It's only 10 million years old, which is younger than our Sun, but it burns through its fuel much faster, so it won't last as long. This huge star is almost done with its life. Stars like this don't simply vanish, they explode in a supernova with tons of energy, way more than we can imagine. The explosion can outshine a whole galaxy and cast bright shadows everywhere. The last time Earth saw a supernova this close was in 1604, the Kepler supernova, before we had good telescopes. It was super bright, even visible during the day for a few weeks. Ancient people in China and Europe wrote about that new star. We can still see the leftovers of that explosion with powerful telescopes, which tells us how big stars die. Supernovas don't happen often around here, but imagine a star exploding so hard it's as bright as the full moon. It would cast shadows at night and be visible during the day. The radiation could also cause trouble with our atmosphere, affect satellites, and possibly even the climate. Betelgeuse has been dimming strangely, so it might be preparing for that kind of show. Are we about to witness one of the craziest cosmic events? Here's what happened from 2019 to 2023. Betelgeuse changed a lot. It got super dim, which people noticed when comparing it to other stars in Orion. It was crystal clear. That might indicate it could explode sooner than we thought, maybe in less than a decade. By April 2023, it was back to normal, and people thought it was over, but then it got 50% brighter. That's unusual for Betelgeuse, which typically has a regular cycle. So now everyone's talking about it again. Why did its brightness change? Stars aren't just twinkling lights, they're active and have their own lives. Stars usually change brightness regularly, like Earth seasons. Betelgeuse used to have a normal 400-day cycle, but when it got really dim, it broke that pattern. What's going on is still being studied. A cool theory is that it's like a huge space volcano burping out a bunch of stuff. The Hubble Space Telescope saw it spit out a ton of material, way more than the Sun usually does. That stuff made a big cloud around the star, making it look darker. When the cloud moved away, it got brighter again. Either way, this star is full of surprises. Some people think Betelgeuse is about to die in a supernova, a crazy burst of energy that can outshine a galaxy. This happens when something changes in the core of the star. It could be from sucking up too much matter from another star, or, for Betelgeuse, from running out of fuel. How massive stars live and die. Scientists will be able to study the particles and waves sent out in the blast, including neutrinos and gravitational waves, giving us a rare opportunity to understand the deep internal mechanics of a dying star. These are things we can't simulate or see any other way. The shockwave from the explosion will travel through space, and while Earth won't be physically affected, because Betelgeuse is far enough away, it could light up our sky for weeks or even months, brighter than a full moon. You could walk outside at night and see your own shadow, lit not by the moon, but by a dying star. Astronomers around the world are keeping a close eye on Betelgeuse. Telescopes in space and on Earth are tracking its brightness, temperature, and surface activity. Every little dip or spike in its light could be a clue. They're hoping to catch the moment just before the supernova, which has never been done before. That data could be revolutionary for science. But beyond the science, this kind of event could bring humanity together. The moment it happens, the world might collectively look up. For a few nights, or maybe longer, people around the globe could be gazing at the same incredible cosmic display. Artists might paint it. Writers might use it as inspiration. Kids might ask big questions about the universe. It's not just a star dying, it's the birth of a new era of curiosity and discovery. And maybe, just maybe, we'll realize how small we are in this vast cosmos, but also how connected we are to the stars themselves. So, stargazers, keep your eyes on Orion. One night, not too far in the future, you might look up and see something unforgettable. Would you like a short version of this to share on social media, or a more cinematic one for a video or podcast script? How stars live and die. Each supernova is different and demonstrates how energy functions. In these big explosions, by studying them, we can comprehend how the universe functions. Supernovae can also significantly alter culture. Space events have affected art, books, and ideas. The bright light from Betelgeuse would probably inspire artists and make people think about their place in the universe. It might pique people's interest in science and space, as it did during the Renaissance. Betelgeuse, located in the Orion constellation, continues to captivate astronomers and scientists alike due to its unpredictable behavior. For centuries, it has been a star of stories, with cultural significance, an inspiration and guide for travelers. This iconic red supergiant, with its impressive size and brightness, has long been observed as one of the night sky's most significant stars. But now, it's behaving strangely, and scientists are keeping a close watch, as its future could mean an incredible cosmic event. A crucial aspect of Betelgeuse's unpredictability is its irregular cycle of brightness. These shifts in light intensity have fascinated astronomers for a long time. But the most recent fluctuations in its luminosity have raised more questions than answers. Unlike other stars that go through a regular cycle of brightness, Betelgeuse's erratic behavior has led to speculations about its imminent fate. It had a significant dimming event in late 2019 and early 2023, which led many experts to think it was getting close to the end of its life and may soon go supernova. However, in April 2023, the star suddenly brightened again, sparking even more theories and curiosity. This phenomenon isn't unusual for massive stars like Betelgeuse, which are known to undergo drastic changes toward the end of their life cycle. Such stars' cores usually go through several stages of fusion, first using hydrogen, then helium, and eventually heavier elements like carbon and oxygen. As Betelgeuse burns through these phases, it consumes its fuel at a phenomenally rapid rate, causing it to expand and become more unstable. Eventually, when the core runs out of fuel, it can no longer support the outer layers, leading to a catastrophic collapse that triggers a supernova explosion. This process is a natural, albeit violent, part of a star's life cycle. It has profound implications not only for the star itself but also for the space around it. As Betelgeuse nears the end of its life, it has already begun to expel vast amounts of gas and dust into space. This material forms what astronomers call a circumstellar envelope, which can obscure the star's brightness from our perspective. This is likely the cause of the star's recent dimming. The expulsion of material is akin to a massive stellar burp, ejecting matter that temporarily blocks the light emitted by the star. Once the material disperses, the star becomes brighter again, as it did in April 2023. These sudden shifts in brightness provide scientists with clues about what is happening deep inside the star's core, though they still cannot predict the exact moment of its inevitable explosion. The most thrilling aspect of Betelgeuse's potential supernova is that the event could be visible during the day. If the star explodes, it will emit such an intense burst of light and energy that it could rival the brightness of the full moon, making it visible even in daylight. Not only will the explosion illuminate the sky, but it could also have significant effects on Earth. The radiation produced by the explosion could potentially interfere with communication systems, disrupt satellite operations, and even affect Earth's atmosphere. While the explosion will take place far from Earth, at a distance of 650 light-years, the released energy will still be capable of affecting space weather and possibly altering conditions around our planet. Betelgeuse's explosion could have widespread cultural and scientific ramifications. Historically, supernovae have been a source of inspiration for artists, philosophers, and scientists, offering a dramatic reminder of the impermanence of life and the vastness of the universe. The light from Betelgeuse's supernova could become a symbol of cosmic renewal. The explosion will release essential elements into the surrounding space, assisting in the creation of new stars and planets. The aftermath of the supernova will likely provide valuable data for astronomers, shedding light on the processes that govern stellar evolution and death. While the exact timing of Betelgeuse's explosion remains uncertain, its unpredictable behavior reminds us of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the universe. For now, astronomers will continue monitoring the star using the latest technology to study its every move. The mystery surrounding Betelgeuse serves as a powerful reminder that space is packed with wonders and surprises, many of which are yet to unfold. Betelgeuse's potential explosion is not just a fascinating event for scientists, it also offers a unique opportunity to explore the fundamental processes of stellar life and death. When massive stars like Betelgeuse run out of fuel, they undergo rapid transformations, expanding and shedding their outer layers in a stunning display of cosmic energy. This shedding of material is not random, it's part of the star's destined evolution. The remaining core, unable to support the weight of the outer layers, collapses in on itself. This collapse results in a significant release of energy, marking the beginning of a supernova. Supernovae are crucial for galaxies' chemical evolution, as they release heavy elements like iron, oxygen, and carbon into space. These elements are essential for the formation of planets and life. So, while Betelgeuse's explosion will be a momentous event, it will also contribute to the creation of new stars and planets, perpetuating the cycle of cosmic rebirth. The heavy elements produced in the explosion will eventually become part of new star systems, possibly even forming planets that could support life. The light and radiation from the supernova will be so strong that they could change the composition of the interstellar medium. These effects will ripple through space, affecting nearby celestial objects and potentially impacting the space environment within our own solar system. While the explosion is far enough away that it won't pose an immediate danger to Earth, its energy will continue to serve as a reminder of the powerful forces at work in the cosmos. For now, scientists are carefully observing Betelgeuse, gathering as much information as possible about its erratic behavior. With each passing year, they learn more about stellar life cycles and the profound final effects of supernovae. Betelgeuse's explosion will not only mark the end of its life but also provide astronomers with a wealth of information to help better understand the evolution of the universe. As the anticipation surrounding Betelgeuse grows, it sparks not only scientific excitement but also public fascination. People around the world are watching and waiting, wondering what it would be like to witness such a rare and powerful event unfold in the night sky. A visible supernova in modern times would be a once-in-a-lifetime spectacle, something that unites humanity in shared awe. For many cultures, celestial events have always carried deep symbolic meaning. In ancient times, comets, eclipses, and exploding stars were often seen as omens or messages from the heavens. Today, even though science offers logical explanations, the emotional and spiritual impact of such events remains. Betelgeuse's potential supernova might revive those ancient connections between the cosmos and human consciousness. Moreover, the educational opportunities are immense. Schools, museums, observatories, and science centers around the globe would seize the moment to engage students and the public in astronomy, physics, and space science. Children could grow up remembering the day a star died, and how that moment lit a fire in their curiosity about the universe. The data collected from Betelgeuse's explosion would be invaluable. Scientists would analyze every detail: the type of elements released, the speed of the ejected matter, the structure of the remnants left behind. This information would deepen our understanding of stellar evolution, black hole formation, and the conditions necessary for the birth of new celestial bodies. If Betelgeuse does go supernova, astronomers would also be able to test and refine many of their theories. Models of stellar life cycles, predictions of light curves, and simulations of gravitational waves could be matched with real-time observations. Telescopes on Earth and in space would collaborate, from the Hubble Space Telescope to the James Webb, and even radio telescopes capturing the faintest signals from the blast. In the end, Betelgeuse's death would not be an ending, but a transformation, of the star itself, of the space surrounding it, and of human understanding. Its final act would be a brilliant, violent farewell that paves the way for something new. It would remind us all that even in destruction, there is creation, in endings, the seeds of beginnings. And so we wait, watching, wondering, knowing that somewhere out there, 650 light-years away, a giant red star is nearing the edge of its life. And when its moment comes, it will write its final chapter in light across the sky, for all of us to witness.